Okay, are we plugged in? Wait, I don't need to be plugged in right. There we go, okay. Good, good, good. Okay, unplug this. That. Such a mess. Howdy, Xavier, good to see you. Have you seen the Armored Core story trailer that just came out today? Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's your typical story trailer. I mean, it's cool that they're showing the people more, kind of. That was kind of neat, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's like, oh, it's typical Armored Core trailer. It's a pretty action scene. This is the one, right, chat? Am I forgetting? Yeah, okay. Okay. I need to remember to put on any runes that make this. Ah, okay. Oh, right. Now I know. I'm like, why don't I see this? Some say Cosm. Cosm! Hey, Sneed. Alright, do I got any echo runes? Yeah, memorize, I think it's Moon, right? Moon does it for me. I think I can get the better one if I go... We'll quickly do the choir thing right now so we can get that. Boost max HP. Viscerals. It doesn't matter. Like I said, we're gonna just get another rune for echoes. Okay, we want to go to choir, which means upper cathedral ward. So if I remember correctly, what I want to do is go upstairs to the... Also, what the hell is wrong with my phone? What are you doing? Oh. Oh, Smotown's messaging me while I'm streaming. Smo! You're probably not watching the stream, but please. I'll get to you later. Oh no, it's endless. Well, I think that's fair. I think I sent him like 100 notifications, so he's probably got a lot to respond to. Right, pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon me. Oh, God. Sending the posse. They're sending the full posse, chat. Oh no. I thought the door was this way! Oh no, the fourth one! Yeah. I don't care about you. Huh? Wait! That doesn't work? Huh? Damn. Here I was hoping that you would actually be stunned by blunt. Well, I got nothing for you. Go away. Damn. Yeah, well, we're gonna be here a while, chat. I forget, did you check the merchant at Bellum Church last stream? No, I did not. I could probably look it up, though. Because if I recall correctly, the merchant there sells, like, a shield related to, like, rivers and forests, which, again, obviously you're at the river in the foresty area of Liurnia. And then, that's all I really remember strictly. Like, I kind of vaguely recall maybe something related to, what's it called? The bewitching branches. Well, bonk still works, at least. You just gotta get the bonk. So that's the only problem. Thank you. Yes. It has bewitching branches. Gotcha. Hey, Clow. Some suck. Yeah, I got some suck on me. Welcome to the chat. I think you're new. I don't recall you. Make contact! We did it, chat. We did it. Ah! What are you doing here? May as well get this while we're here. Blue elixirs, blindfold cap. I always could use more blue elixirs. Madman's knowledge. This was Madman's knowledge too, right? Yeah, so it's like... And if I recall correctly, these are all church boys? Yeah. They all use the church boy corpse. Except for this one. This one's a hunter. It's hard to tell if that's because they have limited assets on people they can put against walls, or what? Oh, you too. May as well make my life easier so I don't have to go through the frickin' dog party every time. But I do wanna open that gate down there, don't I? Oh, it's fine. Yeah, go down here. Yes, I hear you, Murgo. Shut up. I swear I have to go into another dream to avoid hearing your cries. Why is the orphanage literally just a hall with a few corridors? Because that's just how FromSoft roll. They make these big buildings, and then they have to somehow... They make these big buildings, but they're never big enough for the stuff they actually want to squeeze in them. So the orphanage is just this. Unfortunate. I thought there was a doorway at the back for the longest time. I could have swore, seeing Let's Plays and stuff, there were doors back there. I was like, okay, there's more to this building at least. But nope, there's not. It's literally just this. Man, bunking the kids must have been weird. Especially as they grew older and became, you know, not kids. Sure. Honestly, I probably could have gotten away with not opening that because of the boss here, but I don't care. I want to get out of here faster. Like, I really could have probably just killed the boss and we'd been fine, but whatever. Hey, you! I was here, you just changed my PFP, but hey, I never played Bloodborne. I'm chained to my Xbox. Gotcha, so you changed your profile pic. Yeah, sorry, I don't remember you from yesterday. But that's okay. I don't remember most things the next day. Yeah, so we put that, and then we can't put anything here, so let's just grab it. Where is it? Hello? Base should work, right, chat? No. Yeah, let's go to middle. Let's go to middle and take the lift down. Actually, no, wait a second. Base has its own elevator. Darn, I should have gone to base. Yeah, damn. Wasting time. Whee! Alright. All this to farm. Let's see. Base. Sipping from the cum chalice again. Yep, Sneed. I think we got everything for... Yeah, we got everything for HP and strength. So we're just gonna upgrade our stamina now. I think if we hit 2 mil, we'll be fine. It has bewitching branches. Good to know, Xavier. So it makes you wonder if that means that Mikola took the pilgrimage, or like I said, Mikola was using the Wandering Mausoleums experimentation down there. I guess he could have taken the pilgrimage and done the Wandering Mausoleums at the end of it still. Like maybe he was reflecting, he was using, he used the pilgrimage as a way to kind of reflect on what to do about, you know, Godwyn disrespecting the order of fundamentalism and all that. And we know that the Halig Tree thing comes a little later, so. One second, you. Oh my. I keep forgetting you do that! Shit. Gosh. What is the point of 99 strength, seriously? There we go. Wait. What? They didn't one shot? Oh my god. I hate all of you. How much lower do we need to go? Alright. Ah, there you are. Alright, Chet. Just give me a minute. I'll go get some water. And we're still here. Finally. Good. Okay. Ah, wait a second. That's what these are for. Do you find bewitching branches anywhere else? The wiki only lists those 2 locations, but I don't trust them. As you shouldn't. I do not remember them being anywhere else, at least for you to buy. Yeah, we want to go to Hunter's Dream. The Halig Tree is a great experiment on why you don't plant things on seawater. That's a good one. Mikola. Speaking of Elden Ring, though, my Erd Tree's beginning post is coming together. Just had to take all that stuff. You know, it's taking a bit longer than I expected because, well, I actually have to explain the Erd Tree. I was like, ah, darn, I can't just do, like, the whole history of, like, stuff between, Erd Tree coming about and Godfrey. Darn. I can't just copy and paste that stuff from my Godfrey doc and just rearrange the words a little. So yeah, no, that's gonna take a little bit. Okay. So we should be able to get, like, I don't know, a decent amount. Woo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. I cannot wait. The road to 2 million blood echoes. Come on, guys. It's just like a little game of DVD. It's a lot less frustrating. Give me those blood points. Ah, beautiful. Oh, yeah, that's an extra 60k. That's an extra 60k. All right. All right, so let's see. As I was saying, though, speaking of Elden Ring, working on all that with the Erd Tree beginning and stuff, it's coming together rather nicely. I also noticed, like, a small thing about, like, the Erd Tree and the whole primordial gold thing while working through that analysis. So that's cool. Looking forward to seeing how it all comes together. And so that means we're probably going to do some Elden Ring streams where instead of me trying to collect data, it's going to be me collecting screenshots again. I'm gonna want to get like a lot of screenshots of like wildlife and things of that nature. So look forward to that in the future, chat. We're gonna be getting our nature viewing. Yep. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to do Liurnia, but I also want to do like, or at least astrologers in general. But I also want to do Godric and Godefroy. I also want to do I wanted to kind of do Rykard. I kind of want to do everything in Elden Ring. That's the problem. There's so much in Elden Ring. I pretty much want to do everything except the cosmology stuff, because I'm tired of doing Souls cosmology. Someone else can do the work for me, please. I'm tired of having to be the guy that has to actually make sense of it. There we go. So we'll see how Crunchy's vid turns out. Though I'm told it goes off the rails in the second half. Hey, Nardi. I'm late because I had to make pulled BBQ pork. Well, good on you. That can be some really good stuff. I'm not a big pork fan unless you either fry it or BBQ it with the right marination. Because you marinate like pork ribs and stuff like that. That comes off the grill real nice. But yeah, pork by itself, not a huge fan of. So I'm hoping you made it delicious. Stream watching trees, yep. That's gonna be it. Just me being like, hello, is this angle of the tree better, is this angle better? It's very important. But yeah, astrologers would be something that would be really cool to get. Farm Azula, I feel like I'm going to have to do, though, because I'm doing pre-Erdtree stuff. And some of that stuff's going to be vague, because I still need to work through some of the Farm Azula history that leads to the Erdtree's spawn, so it's like, I'm not a pork fan either, but if you hand me a bowl of pulled BBQ pork and mashed potatoes, I will go feral. Mashed potatoes are so good. I like my mashed potatoes, you know, like really mashed, like no chunks in them or anything like that. Just give me some salt, some butter, some milk, and some really smooth, buttery, smashed mashed potatoes, and also a little bit of salt. You need a little bit of salt to add there. Also, I sent an assload of screenshots for you for Nocron. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, honestly, almost doubling our the echoes we get from this is really speeding up this process. I recently had a medium rare steak for the first time, was kind of put off by the pink color, but otherwise was very good. You can't mention red meat in my presence, Xavier. You're gonna make me, like, slobber. Like, goddamn, I love medium rare meat. Chicken greater than pork, in my opinion. I agree. The thing with chicken is that chicken skin is the perfect thing to cook. So like you put the chicken on the stovetop with oil. After like salt and peppering it, get some rosemary underneath that skin along with some garlic. Salt and pepper both the inside and then the skin on the out, and you get that skin nice and crunchy. It has the most amazing experience you can have with a meat on the bone. We do ours with sour cream, butter, and garlic with a bit of seasoning. Yeah, I'm not into sour cream. Yeah, that doesn't do it for me. Honestly, generally though, I'm a very boring person, chat. Like, I'm the type of person who doesn't like putting, I don't like mustard or ketchup or stuff on my food, generally speaking, or things like that. I like to have my food a lot of times dry. Quote unquote. So like I'm the person who's like, yeah, just give me my burger plain, just meat and bread, I'm done. Slowly coming around to the idea of Nocron being the first Eternal City. I hate it when you're right. Well, I can't help myself, Nardi. I'm like, I've been doing this for a few years now. You might say I'm experienced with Miyazaki storytelling conventions. No ketchup? Yeah, I know I'm insane. Plain burger? Why? I say, I just prefer it that way. I don't like a lot of that stuff. So admittedly, what I'm saying is that a lot of times my food preferences might be a bit plain for most people. Another good thing, though, that's really good when you get meat is when you get chicken wrapped in bacon. That's another great thing, because, like, okay, you have the chicken bits, you cut up the chicken. Usually you want to use, like, a breast or something, right? Then you wrap the chicken in the bacon, after, of course, doing your necessary seasoning with salt and pepper, whatever you want to do. And then you put those on, like, skewers and put those on the grill. Oh, you have that nice soft chicken that has the right taste. And then you got that nice crunchy, rich bacon with all that salty flavor. You're Italian. You're supposed to like tomatoes. I like my tomato sauce. I love my meat in tomato sauce. It's like y'all's thing. Is Loki Italian? I'm an Italian descendant, but I'm a red hot-blooded American, through and through. It's like how the French like onions. I thought the French just like surrendering. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. We like that too! Why not both? Surrender to good food. So what we're gonna do, so yeah, I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, Nardi, I don't know if you heard. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do once I get, basically the pre-Godfrey stuff with the Erd tree out of the way, and then of course the Godfrey stuff. Astrologer I want to do, Right-Guard I want to do, Godfrey and Godefroy I want to do. There's just so much. Can you check for us how's the localization for Dark Souls in Italian? Oh, I don't need to check that. I've heard from my Italian contemporaries. The Italian localization for Dark Souls is, it's more garbo than the English, I think. Which I can imagine, if you're using a flawed English script and localizing that, I imagine you're probably going to get something that's worse. But yeah, Miyako and people have, Saku no Miko and stuff like that have done their own coverage of, Dark Souls, I'm pretty sure. Commenting on the Italian localization, so you'd want to check with them instead. Hello, hello. 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 You done? Thank you. One more chat and we're there. Oh, wiggle the astrologer lore in front of your face like it's a stick until you can't ignore it anymore. I'm not gonna lie, the conifer stuff really, that was a really cool find we made. That has done a lot to pique my interest, because like, oh. And like I was telling Xavier yesterday, I was never expecting archaeobotany to be a thing I'd be doing in this game. The mortuary archaeology I can understand, but the archaeobotany I was like, but they're trees. Trees are trees. You just put trees around. But I was like, oh no, the trees are relevant to lore. My life. What is my life? There we go. There we go. Ah, we could go one more round. We haven't technically hit 2 mil yet. Technically. The only question now is if the astrologers were there first, and I forget what the fancy word is for, like, the Harrow-Circabellum or whatever they're called. We'll just call them the stargazing devices that we see around the edges of the map. Now we just have to kind of figure out if those devices were set up, or at least most of them, were set up before the astrologers went up to the mountaintops, or if it came afterward and they started spreading around. It's just like random astrologers set these things up. Or sorcerers, or whoever. That's honestly the last real question I have in terms of, like, the general, like, migrations of people and how that worked. Because I could see it going either way. Like, we know the giants start out in Caelid. They make their giant, circabellum bubble, whatever, right next to stuff like the Church of Plague or whatever. And then, from there, they move up to the mountaintops and do the same thing up there, right? But is that the same? Is that also true for the human astrologers? Questions, questions. Are you kidding me? We're not even at the 40 mark, chat. Embarrassing. That said, this is a good jump. Going from 108 to 141. Like, that's pretty nice. That's a good 23. Okay, so let's see. Yep, I still have plenty of... Yep. What about if we run? We go a little bit higher, so we can maybe make that be slightly better. But I think we're pretty close to where we want to be. So let's just, like, go for, like, another mil or so. Wait, what's the exact number that we're going at? So how much are we... Like, what's our... Okay, so we're not making enough to match what we get 1 for 1. And we want to go to, what, 40, right? So we want 7 more level up, so... maybe 1.5 million. That might be enough. Leave it to Miyazaki to have a gardening addiction and then force it onto the community. Me lore dumping about the Carians with some fucking pine trees Loki saw in Liurnia. It might be after if the one in the moonlight alters any indication, unless the Carians lived there before they left out. No, I'm talking about the small ones, not the big ones, right? The big ones that we find in Redmane, Caria Manor, the church, the Cathedral of Manicelis, or whatever it's called. And I think there's one other place. Oh, Academy of Rhea Lucaria, duh. So those 4 locations, those have big ones because it's like a formal ceremony thing in the buildings, right? So those obviously came later. They came after they established their settlements and civilizations there in those locations, right? That is clear. What I'm asking about is the small ones that you find on the edges of the maps, such as not necessarily, well, there is one in Liurnia, but like stuff like, you know, Weeping Peninsula or Limgrave and stuff like that, right? Those that you'll be like, oh, you're at this cliff and there's one of these and look, there's a star falling. Like, are those from before the astrologers came to the mountaintops, right? So was it like there was an astrology culture and it brought them up to the mountaintops to get closer to the stars, like with the giants? Or was it a thing where they were already there, so their culture revolved around the stars because they were so close to them already, and then when they later migrated down, after the whole Founding Reign of Stars event, they then, started spreading out, like going off on their own, and random sorcerers established these things. That's sort of where my thought process is on trying to figure out, like, which came first, like a chicken or egg scenario. Because it could go either way. And if I were to write an analysis, I would assume that the sorcerers migrated up there and followed the giants thing, because we have the precedent with the giants, and it'd be the earliest period we could argue for when those start getting built. Okay, yeah. Castle Sol has a small one near its graveyard, and nearby is both Stargazer and Heretical Rise. Yeah, that would be consistent, generally, right? But again, it's one of those things where it's like, that just tells us, okay, yeah, there were astrologers there. We know that. The problem is it isn't a good indication of, because Castle Sol comes later anyway, so that could have already been there before Castle Sol was even present. Yeah, there's a lot of parts where I'm like, I really don't know right now with the circumstances as I know it currently. But that could totally change as we, like, refine and we get down to the details. Because I admit, this is a very nitpicky little part of the lore that I'm wanting to dig into. Or some say, Cosm, hey there, I am good to see you. Another thing that another thing about the astrologers that's also worth talking about, of course, is the Carians themselves, right? Because you have the Lascar who moved down, right? And I've said my piece before. I'm suspicious that the Lascar is a reference to Alaska. They just extended the vowel length at the end for the, and obviously took off the A at the beginning, so it just becomes Laska, so, or Lascar as the localization renders it. Hello, Verolf. So that part I'm like, okay, so they move down, and they become the tribe that settle that area, and then become connected to the academy and stuff. And that's why we find stuff, I think we see like freezing grease or like the cookbook for that or something of that nature in those ruins. It's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense because they came from the mountaintops originally, right? And then you have Carians coming down separately. So there comes the question of why do the Carians move? And I think it has to be because Renala found her moon up in the mountaintops. I think that has to be it. She found her moon, and for some reason that convinced her and her tribe to move down to Liurnia for some reason. And that I don't know. Maybe it was the moon's command or some shit. Like maybe fate sort of said this is your fate, because, you know, we don't understand how the stars / outer gods work in terms of fate. Like, does this allow them to have some degree of foresight because they know the direction things are going in or whatever when they take control of certain people's or person's fate? Are they able to kind of have some measure of prophecy in that respect, where they're kind of like, you're going to go down there and you're going to eventually become the queen, just kind of wait for your time or whatever, right? Like, there's a lot there that it becomes harder to tell how much of it is sort of by divine mandate that actions are being driven. Right? So there's that to consider. But I have to think it has to be because she found her moon, and that somehow played a role in convincing them to move down there and then build, like, the cathedral and stuff. True, where do you think the astrologers came from before migrating to the mountaintops? I would have to guess it was probably they came from all over, right? If we go with the idea, for example, let's go with the assumption that the various small, various stargazing devices we see around Liurnia, Limgrave, Weeping Peninsula, Caelid, and I think even Altus, right? So let's assume all those from all those places were just random people who decided to take up astrology. Like, they were all barbarian tribes living around, blah, blah, blah. But certain people took interest in the stars and wanted to understand them, so they built those devices, and they're studying them kind of on their own. And eventually, to get closer to the stars, they move up to the mountaintops, right? And they all coalesce together, and they become the astrologer tribe that we're familiar with. That set up that settlement there, right? Then they start splitting off later on after the founding Reign of Stars incident, and crystals, tunnels and caves and all that stuff start spreading, right? So there are. So we have the Celia, the Lascar, obviously later the Carians, and stuff like that, right? And they start moving around because they seem to be interested now in the glintstone because the stars have fallen and they've spread around, right? Now, some of the astrologers clearly want to stick behind and just study the stars up on the mountaintops, right? We're familiar with that. But that's where I think the astrologers themselves originally came from. That they basically kind of like coalesced from all around the lands between. Because they all have an interest in going to the highest points of the areas in order to be closer to the cosmos. It seems the moons themselves are arcane guides, so it wouldn't shock me at all if her moon told her to go to the Nox to Liurnia and break bread. Yeah, that is totally possible. We also don't know what the moon's connection could be to the Noxtella moon. Like, again, I've talked about before the idea of the Noxtella moon being essentially an artificial moon that the Nox were creating, much like their artificial stars using glintstone, right? So yeah, they found this giant black crystal in the ceiling, and they're like, oh, we can use this, and we'll make this our artificial moon, or whatever, right? Which, hey, makes sense. It's a big piece of star life, so that's presumably what moons are. They're just stars, but bigger. Just super powerful stars with super powerful star life, right? So that all makes sense. So who knows? It could be that that the moon of that the full moon that Renala contacted has some awareness about that Noxtella moon thing that's going on. It could also be accidental though, because we don't see too much going on between the Nox and the Carians beyond that. So they it's not like they're like collaborating closely on too much. Like, the closest we see them ever, like, operate is when they're used as an intermediary for the marriage of Renala and Radigan. And that's because both Marika and Renala have connections to the Nox, right? So it's no shocker that that they might be inclined to be involved at their request. Do you think that the Herodes mask is a piece of the moon of Noxtella? I'll be honest, it's the first I'm hearing of it, Virolf, so I have no idea. My gut would say no, but I would have to actually look at the thing. Because I believe the idea with Heraldus is they have no crystal, right? Because it's just the stone mask. They're going out. We know the Carians and Liurnians are probably responsible for distributing the memory stones after the Noxtella moon breaks. Why it breaks is a question. But we do know that it does seem to eventually break. Yes, yes, yes. Are you done? Come on. Thank you. Alright, we'll do one more. I'd say they have pretty deep ties, to be honest. There's tons of small cultural things the Carians brought over from the... Oh, no, I'm not saying their ties aren't deep. I'm just saying I don't think that they're working together actively on anything, right? I don't think... So that's the only reason I would be skeptical that the moon specifically had them, like, meet for any particular reason, because they don't really do anything together. Again, it seems like Caria mostly sort of kind of gets the sloppy seconds that the Nox in the Eternal Cities pump out, right? So they get the Albinorics, they get some other leftover moon juice or whatever for changing fate or whatever that stuff's called for the Church of Vows. Star drop tears or whatever. There we go. Like, I don't like if the Nox and the Carians were working together. I don't think Renala would be creating the third generation Albinoric women. I just don't see that as a thing. Chamber. Yeah, no, we don't need to. I think this should be enough. All right, give me to 40. Yeah, 40. Do I finally start putting stuff into skill, huh? Yeah, I guess we do. Ah, we're almost for another level up too. Finally, chat, I'm actually using skill in my strength build. I think it depends on how bad Ludwig's gonna be, but we'll see. Gotta use this eventually, right? we go. Alright, let's go test this on Ludwig. Skill, yeah, I know, bonkers, crazy. Actually using my other physical stat. Could also be because the knock seemingly disappearing. That could play a role. Yes. It sort of depends on when that stuff happens, then. Timeline-wise. Let's do this. I mean, free 5 vials is a free 5 vials. Okay. I think I'm ready for Ludwig now. Also, I should probably have rearranged my stuff. So I don't have all echoes on my build, but whatever. Right, you're gonna be like this. That extra stamina is coming in clutch. There we go. Ah! I forgot that attack. That's not one you can go through. Gotta time it right. Or avoid it. Ah! Yeah. That was a weird situation to be in. That corner. Yeah. Woo! Toro! Toro! Oh, never mind. Bad Toro. Can you, like, get off of the... There we go. Woo! Gonna take a sip. Go. All set. Varolf, I'll answer your question after this. Remember, guys, look, he said Luke has a horse TV. No! I do not recall this. It didn't happen. Oh. Oh. Will you stop jumping? That pissed me off so badly. Oh, damn. I thought I could get that in. Listen. There we go. Oh, there we go. Damn. Ah. Ludwig. Can we get out of the corner, please? Yeah. There we go. I am not dodging at all. Ow! Why do you jump, game? I hate it. Ah, Bloodborne, your jumping problem is so obnoxious. Oh, hi, Ludwig. Alright. First problem solved. Hello, guiding moonlight man.
Tell me, have you lied? Oh my! Just as I feared. Then a beast-possessed degenerate was I, as my detractors made eminently clear.
Yep. God, this is such
Does the nightmare never end?
God, that transition is always funny. Alright, let's go back. Do a quick farm so we can get ourselves up a level up, because I don't want to lose 60k. Maybe I'm trying to apply real-world logic to ER, but do any of the two rivers' waters come from the mountaintops? Yes, I actually was talking about that yesterday, Clow. How my, I've talked, damn, this is an Elden Ring, I can't bring up the map, but yes, I believe the two, the Ainsel and the Shifa rivers, which split at the Deeproot Depths, originally come from a river that flows underground to where the Freezing Lake is, which is also, of course, the Freezing Lake has its own river, which, of course, has its own little, you know, ancestral follower, white tree thing going on, so, yeah. But yes. Someone was asking me, I forget who it was, about the idea that the Erd tree itself is the cause of the water in the rivers, and I would say no. I think it comes from something else. I don't know what that thing is exactly, because I don't quite understand where water fits into the cosmology beyond, you know, the cosmos and shit, but that's just me carrying over my knowledge from Bloodborne and how Miyazaki does this. Doesn't tell me about ER's cosmos specifically, or ER's water in the context of rivers and things. Anyway, so as Rolf was asking me, so if the tarnished sorcerer that you encounter in the real round table, along with Vagram, has a stone mask, does this imply that he studied at Rea Lucaria, or that there are other academies outside? Unlikely, because everyone that becomes tarnished is living outside the lands between, right? You have to be called there. So the argument, and as we know, the academy has sealed itself already. It's been sealed since the Shattering basically began. So the chances that you'd have to make the argument that either A, our tarnished friend was able to get himself a key to enter, bypass the seal, and then do his own studies. B, he met a, what was what's the name of that? Whatever that wandering, you know, vagrant class of, oh, right, I forgot. I should have done this before we did the farming. Whoopsie. Anyway, whatever that vagrant class in the academy is that goes around, right? He met one of those sorcerers out there, and he got his stone mask from them, right? Because their whole shtick is they're trying to understand sorcery by being, like, you know, wanderers out in the world, right? So, could easily come across one of them, and they probably have a mask on them for, like, I don't know, proselytizing or some shit. Do I really not? Yeah, I do. I do have it. I'm just blind. There we go. Alright. Hopefully last time I have to see you for a little bit.
Welcome.
Yep.
Very well, let me stand close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would be confused too. I don't know why I did that. The game just does that sometimes, lady. More damage. What are my other options? Boost rally potential. I mean, that's good for me always taking hits and shit with my charge attacks. Boost max HP. Eh. Physical damage reduction. Eh. I'll be honest, Other than guidance, I don't think I want anything. So I think we're just gonna keep on the Echo build for now. Okay, yep. Let's blitz through research all and beat Maria. Shall we? I think the audio is doubled, the game audio specifically. Oh, is that so? Sorry, folks. Thank you for telling me this now. Wait. Wait. Is it? Oh, yeah, I'm seeing... hello? There we go. You still hear the game, guys? It should still be there. I think. But I turned off Elgato's. Elgato is such a weird thing, because sometimes it'll do double audio, sometimes it won't. Speaking of the river, I wonder if we'll see AD ruins in the mountaintops as well. They are not there. There are no ancient dynasty ruins in the mountaintops. There are only ancestral followers up there. Make of that what you will. Alrighty. Oh god, you again. Wait, did I pick up the key? Lawrence, did I pick up your key? Yes, I did. Okay, never mind. Thank you, sir. There we go. Right, we have to open that up because it's a shortcut thing. Okay. Alrighty, I forgot how we get the Maria key, but we just gotta get the Maria key. Actually, almost at the limit where I can go, so... So we might actually cut this short. Oh. Let's see. Yeah, this is where the rally potential would be really cool. Oh my god. Why do you jump? Game, I hate you. Oh, that was just me being bad. Oh. It's okay. God, everything you do. Can I please have actual poise? Please. Oh my god. God, you are no fun. That's why we skip you. Alright, I'm done with Crazy Town. This is just obnoxious. There was something I wanted here, and I can't remember. Ah, yes, it was the man, the boy, the dude. I guess we'll take a shot of that, and then we'll end today. Nope, don't care. Yes, please shoot them all. Not me, you dungbat. Oh, yay. Okay, yeah, that's the adjustment. Just in case you cause me a problem later. Yeah, charge attack is the way to go. Everything is tanky. Oh, I didn't want to do that, but that's fine. There we go. Ah, what are you doing here, Fog? Go away. You're getting in the way of my shot. There we go. Nah. Yeah. Out there. Those guys are the worst. You could try using the Fist of Gracia on them. That would be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be a new kind of bonk. Oh, you're still alive, huh? I forgot how tanky you guys are when you're not, being parried. Oh, you're the worst. Frickin' nudists. Go to your beach. That's where you belong. Alright, chat, I think we're gonna end that here. Let's get myself to a safe location. Because those exist. Those exist in this hellhole, sure. Ayo, Loki's at 440 subscribers! Ooh, cool. Thanks, I am. Thanks for letting me know. We're like 60 away from the new thing, so I can have super chats, which I don't know why you'd want to donate to me with super chats when you could just buy Abyssal Archive for digital edition, just $20, but I don't know, maybe some people will be generous. Yeah, we'll do that real quick. One last time for good old time's sake. FromSoft said no poise upon ye. That is very true. Let's see. There we go. So let's see. Also, incorporeal life, mind, spirit, abyss, darkness, cosmos, water, cold seem to be very closely related according to what Miyazaki does in his games. Yeah, that tends to be how it all pans out. Yes. So Liurnia Lake comes from the Ainsel River and the Limgrave Lake from Shifra. I don't know about that, Clow. I don't think they have a direct connection, as far as I remember. Do I need to do one more? Darn. Well, I have stuff for this. Yeah, I don't remember if there was a thing. Let's try with just one. I think we need one more. Ah, darn. There we go. Ah! Alright. Chat, we're selling shit. Alright, that has to be enough. Yes! Yes! Okay, there we go, we're done. Any last questions I want to get? Loki got a bloodborne addiction. I got a FromSoft addiction, I need help. So yeah, I don't think Liurnia Lake comes from Ainsel. Maybe it does. It would explain. No, actually, no, that wouldn't explain the crystallization stuff that we see there coming from Gelmir. No. No, but I'll have to double check. We have to do eventually a stream where we just focus on the water stuff and try to trace some of this stuff, because there's also the water that's bubbling up from the center of the lands between and dumping into the ocean. Like, there's just a lot of water happening underground. No, I meant like if in the DLC, if they have an underground section of Consecrated Snowfield. Oh, that Nardi? That I don't know. I guess we'll see with the DLC. We'll have to see. Again, if this is Mikola's dream, it's quite possible we'll get like a snow piece of the level, and it'll show us, oh, we've never seen these ruins here. We'll be like, oh, these are the ruins from like underground where the rivers are. Or if not, maybe above ground. Who knows? Or Ordina's there, and we know that the Nox and the Ancestral Followers have both been there, so who knows? It could quite be that the Ancient Dynasty did have ruins up there, and they've just been lost to history. Anything else we got? Lakes come from the ground sinking due to the underground cave network and whatnot beneath it. It's filling up with water. See, I don't know about that one, Nardi. I think the lake, like maybe it's possible the lake is having, some effect due to the fact there's a cavern down there. But there's a lot of caverns in place, and that doesn't cause a lot of sinking. I honestly think that the reason why there's a lake in Liurnia is simply because the Kookoos have killed the Lascar. They've killed. Well, not the Karns, but they've killed the Lascar down south. Gate Town's basically been taken over and been left for dead and somewhat destroyed. Purified Ruins, well, got purified because of Frenzied Flame and stuff, right? So there's no one living in these places to maintain the waterways or anything, right? So I think there probably was always water going near or around those areas, but now they've just been allowed to flood because, well, again, the places are basically abandoned ghost towns, right? And then the buildings collapse in on themselves. So I think the lake just kind of, exists as a byproduct of the ancient ruins dumping all that water being filtered through into Liurnia. And then it goes through the river, and then it forms like the lake area. Now, I don't know how far the lake went originally, right? I assume it went past the bridges, the first bridge, to Liurnia. And I assume it has to, at the very least, stop as soon as we get to, like, Temple Quarter / Gate Town on both east and west. And then when we go further south, that's where it's sort of a question of, okay, did they, like, redirect the river in some ways or what have you, right? Like, how would it work with, say, like, the Albanoric village and things like that? That's the stuff where, again, getting into the weeds there. Hi, so who's water broke? Hey, man, we're about to end the stream, actually, so you came here a little late, but I guess enjoy the VOD if you want. I hope that your next ER stream we start asking about Bloodborne lore. I mean... You can ask any questions you want. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, these are just casual streams. Anyway, I'm at my limit though, chat. So I gotta end things now. So, see ya. Bye bye.